A very good morning, afternoon, or evening. Warm welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zipporah Mwangi. Have you on board? On this channel, we have conversations about lifestyle, education, and kingdom living. And on this segment, we are on lifestyle, and I am just taking you on some rides in my country. As you clearly saw from the previous video, is that I'm back home, and I'm pretty much excited to be back home. So on this particular day, this is just on one of those highways that the Nairobi-Nakuru highway, and this is such a beautiful road. Honestly, what I love about Kenya is that when you will find we have the semi-arid, arid, and mountains, rivers, valleys, the Great Rift Valley. There's a lot to see, and one thing I really truly appreciate is what the Lord has given us as a nation. And there are many times, I think, for me, as I make this video, if you're listening in and you're a Kenyan, I really want us to get to the place where we look at our country from a place of a cup that is half full, and so having really more appreciation for what we have. Because one thing I've seen, having been in Europe, and I mean, you have watched at least a video or two or from a trip that I took previously, is that you can see the difference. So like, this is such a great part of the Great Rift Valley, an excellent viewpoint. Many people just come here and they just want to see. It's a wonder. There are so many things that we have that we really take for granted. I mean, look at even sometimes I'm just looking at the food and how readily available. I mean, it's organic, it's very cheap and easy to get, and these are the things I mean we need to continue to say that we are grateful for, as much as we continue waiting on God and we continue making better choices in terms of governance. And so really for me here is to take time to remind us that we need to look at what we have from a place of a cup that is half full. So on this particular day, as we were going, man, it was so foggy. I do have to say that there's this particular part here, the uplands, just right after or right as you're going up the Great Rift Valley, and then you start going down. That place is normally so foggy. And then this is what we call one of the Nyayo T-zones. And for me, this is such a beautiful spot. Beautiful. As in, I mean the landscape. Oh my God. It was just amazing. On this particular day, I was just going to spend some time with a friend of mine to condole with her. And so it was just great. Look at that road. I mean, just look at that road. Look at the tea plantations. They are so beautiful. I do have to be honest that every time I am looking out of the windows and I'm traveling around Kenya, I feel so happy. Like, I feel that, there's so much that we don't consider. There's so much. Yes, I mean, we have so many things that are not going for us, but then there are natural things that God gave us that are such a gift if only we exploited what we have. We have so much to offer the world. And so if you're listening into this particular video or you're watching it, I really want to encourage you to ask yourself, what can we do? How do we make an impact in this country? What can we do from wherever it is that we are? Because I mean, there's a lot that we have to offer. Our nation is so beautiful. We need to be better representatives of our country. And so, I do hope that you're getting to enjoy just this beautiful scenery. And one of the things that with research, it says that, if you're highly stressed, one of the things that you really need to do is that the environment has a calming effect. So that means just go out on a ride or on a walk, or just do something. Just go out and breathe in some fresh air, and that is really going to make a difference in your life. And so this is actually very important. Please consider doing it. If you're highly stressed, please take a walk, go out, breathe in, and think about the goodness of God in the land of the living. So this is really a beautiful opportunity. And on this other particular day, I was traveling back home. It was really a great opportunity for me to just see, this is a trip I've made so many times before, but there's something about making a trip back home when you've been abroad. My goodness, there is just a way your eyes now can see differently. There's a lot I was taking for granted, but now as I look at the things that I see in this country, my goodness, I'm just thinking, man, God has given us so much as a nation, so much as a nation. And the Bible does say that to whom much is given, much is expected. And I mean, one day we shall have to answer unto the Lord what we did with the resources that He gave us. And so really for me was just looking at the different towns, looking at how people are living, look at how their businesses are doing, and just the uniqueness, because that's the one thing that I noticed. You see, like if you go to European countries, there's a certain vibe that you expect to find. But when you're in Africa, when you're in Kenya, there's a Kenyan vibe, And so for me, I'm no longer, and I know what many people struggle with being able to present what their homes look like, what their towns look like. But let me tell you something. For me, I am proud of the people, the communities that we have in this country, and the uniqueness that we have. Because let me tell you, that is a gift. Because this is one thing that I know. In our country, we have over 43 different communities living together. We have so many languages, at least 43, and enough dialects, that we have. And guess what? We are able to live in this one nation. We're able to live together. And the diversity that comes along with that is something that we need to harness, even for the benefit of this nation. Because let me tell you, you go to other foreign countries, like European countries, you find one group of people living in a particular nation. They only speak, maybe 2 or 3 dialects, and sometimes, not as many. And so there are certain things, characteristics of our nation that we really need to spend time appreciating. So diversity is actually a good thing. It is a good thing. We need to harness the power of diversity. And so for me, I'm just looking at how people are making their homes, what people are building with, because let me tell you, I think when I was going for my undergraduate studies is when I think that for me was the very first time that I saw houses that were made of bricks. I had never seen that before. And this is the thing about exposure. There are so many things you have no idea, you don't know, until you actually find yourself in a new environment. And that was also the same thing. That's when I went to Europe and I moved to Budapest. One of the things that I observed was their houses were also made of bricks. So there are differences. When you look at in Kenya, we mine stones. So we're able to construct with stones. That's a lot to appreciate. Never thought much about it. I visited Malta, and they build with limestone. Those are differences that are so uniquely, they are a characteristic of whatever nation that is. And that's something worth appreciating, that there's value in what we have. It may look really small, but I am hoping that as you watch this video, that you get encouraged and you start thinking differently about where you come from, and that you should be proud. Because guess what? If God really wanted you to be born in Japan, you would have. But He didn't. He wanted you to be born in whatever country the Lord caused you to be born in. He allowed you to be taken care of, to have a history in a certain family. There must be a good reason for it. So my encouragement is, can we look at where we come from positively? It's beautiful. Yes, it may not be as modern as you would want it to be, but guess what? That's what you have. We work with what we have, and then we keep moving, and we can make the necessary changes over time. The thing is, for me, and I mentioned this in one of my videos, it's really progress over perfection. Because let me tell you, if you're looking to be perfect, you're going to spend your forever years trying to perfect something. But if we work towards making progress in our lives, you're going to realize that we will keep changing, keep doing something better every other day, and we will improve our environment. So for me, I am really just want to challenge you to consider that we need to do better in terms of how we really look at ourselves. Self-hate is a thing that we really need to fight against. Guess what? You are more than enough. You are more than enough. And the best bit is that when you know God, He works with who you are at whatever point you are. He doesn't tell you, oh, by the way, come polished, and you need to make sure that you have gone, you've showered, you look nice, and you're smelling great and all. He just tells you, come as you are. And that's the perspective that we need to have even in our lives, that really we need to work with what we have and what we are at the moment. Whatever it is that you have, consider it as a gift. Take good care of it, because guess what? We are not all the same. Diversity is one of the things that God has given us in this world that should remind us of who He is, and it also helps us see God. It helps us see God because every one of us was created in the image and the likeness of God, meaning that there's an aspect of God I need to see in you. So I want you to think about that there's an aspect of God that you need to be in a position to see from the other person. So for me, I really just want to challenge you. Please look at life from a place of a cup that is half full, not half empty. It is half full. Please consider that there are things that God has given you that are a gift. Make the best out of it. I'm very, very passionate about my country, very passionate about Kenya. And I really want us to get to the place where we have a passion for the places God has called us to and places that God has placed us. This is for me, my perspective on Kenya, that Kenya is my inheritance. And so I am passionate about this nation because this is where God saw that I should be born and I should be raised. And there's a lot that I've gained in this country that I will be able to make an impact in the world. So guess what? I appreciate one, that God has given me and allowed me to be raised in the home that God allowed me to be raised in, the family that I was raised in, irrespective of the things that I didn't get. I'm grateful for what I have, because now that I am able to see, when you go out of the country and you see other nations, then you realize, oh my God, sometimes we hate ourselves so much. There's so much self-hate. There's this, there are limitations that we put upon ourselves because we have a tendency to look at ourselves from such a negative and half cup full perspective. And let me tell you something. This world just has people that know God, people that don't know God, people that good people and people that are evil people. That's it. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye and God bless.